Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this file and the cut order is all over the board. So if we start right here with this ellipse and then you click on that and then move your tab up, it's doing them in the order he created them. But it's wasting a lot of laser time because it's still on the same line and going back and forth. So what we can do, I'm going to set my nudge factor on 350. There it is. And I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and I'm going to nudge these in and move them over. What the Smart Fill is doing, it's creating a new object. And then we'll get rid of the previous object or the original object. Whoop. I'm trying to think about it and talk what I'm doing. It just got off a little bit. But see, I'm doing it in an order that it's going to go to the bottom and then come around and hit the top. So it's not wasting hardly any laser time. Now you could do this two ways. You could do this block at a time, or you could do it a length at a time. Now we're going to take these and we're going to left click, right click. I need to know the distance. Well, I don't have to because I know it's 350. So I'm going to delete these. And I'm going to move these over 350. Now I need to know the distance because these are differently. So I'm going to take my parallel dimension tool and I'm going to go from that center to that center. So we're at 330. Okay. Now I'm just going to delete all these. And I'm going to grouping. You have to group this together for this to work. Control G to group it. That way all the ellipses will be in one group when we ungroup them. I'm going to hit the plus key. Okay, I did not change my nudge factor to 330. Control D or plus key. Oh, I'm hitting down. Now what am I doing? I must set my nudge factor like really big. Okay. 330. I don't know. Let me delete all that. 330. Okay, here we go. Plus key or Control D. Now you've got them. So let's, for just a second, let's delete all these, and I'll probably delete some of his lines. And this is where we're going to start cutting. Okay, I need to ungroup everything. And I'm going to grab that one right there, and here it is. Now I'm going to go up. It's going to go down, and then back up, down. And if you really wanted to, you could flip the other ones around, but moving that close isn't that hard. Okay, now let's bring everything back. And now, and what I really ought to do is turn off his lines or lock his lines. Because he's got other lines on another, because I don't want to delete them, but when the one I'm doing it for, if you'll delete them. Now we need to find out the distance between moving them down. And if we will remember 330, we're going to need it in a second. Now we're at 225. Okay. So let's take all these, and I'm not going to worry about deleting his lines. I could do it without, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, plus key and down. Oh, I didn't change it. 225. Can't type. Sometimes it's easier just to back up everything. See, there's the same thing. If you do not delete everything, so I'm backspacing, there we go. Now I'm going to grab that and move it down. Now, if you remember the 330, and then move it over. Whoop. Control D, Control D. And that's going to be somewhat of a good cut order. I mean, you could even critique it a little more. Let's start right here. Let's ungroup everything. See, grouping is going to keep them at least in the same cut order when you duplicate them over. So let's grab that one. And now look at our cut order. And like I said, you could maybe on the last one, you could actually mirror it, because let's see what happens when it gets to the bottom. It's going to go all the way across the page. No, it didn't. Good. So that's not very far. I mean, you could do a lot of playing with this and mirror each one and where it would have to start, but unless you're going to do more than one of these pages, it's not worth it. Now, the only other thing you could do is do a line of them and move them over, and then you're going to have the same problem. But with the line, you could do the whole line. Let me just do it real quick. You could do a whole line. Let's change our nudge factor to just like 50. You could do a whole line of them. Oh, 50 isn't going to be enough. That shows what I know about millimeters. And you could do a whole line. Get the Smart Fill tool and move them over. Whoop. I don't know what I did there. I'll have to move that other one in a second. The only thing you do not want to do is make sure you don't make too many of them. You know, like if you don't want to have an extra one. And you can actually do this pretty quick because you're not even having to look at the keyboard. Just tell you what, look, we'll just do 3 sections instead of all of them. Save a little video time. Now, left click, right click. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of everything else on the board so we don't have so many. So now you've got this one and you've got it all the way down. You group it together. I think the distance between them was 46. And Control D or hit the keyboard, plus on the keyboard, and then mirror it. Okay. So now your cut order, if we ungroup everything, this might be pretty good, except for you still got the piece between the lines. So look at this cut order now. It's going to go all the way down to the bottom of the deal and then move over and come up. This would probably be faster, but you've got to think about the spacing and you've got to mirror them each time. And this is probably how I would do it. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to have, if all the spacing was the same, then it wouldn't be bad, but you got different spacing here. And that, it could be done. You just have to, mirror every other line. Anyway, I hope that made a little bit of sense, and thank you for watching.